grateful to our sponsors, Kelly Stafford with Stafford Tree Service, and also Black Cow Cow Manure. If you need your trees trimmed locally, remember Stafford Tree Service at staffordtreesvc.com. And please visit Black Cow Cow Manure, that's K-O-W. Remember, both of the contact details are in the description below. Dianthus. Dianthus, going back to the Greek word dios, and it means divine, and anthos from the Greek just meaning flower. Well, it's a divine flower. It's one that you might have in your landscape. Now, it's got a nice little soft fragrance, and that is a nice addition. I always like plants that give you something extra. You know, gardenias, citrus with their blooms have such a nice fragrance. Jasmine does. And even this dianthus, it's very subtle, but if you go up to it and put your nose to it, you get this nice little bit of fragrance. The dianthus has been around for hundreds of years, actually probably thousands of years. It's been used both by the Greeks in the ancient times and Romans. They would make garlands from it. They would use it in some of their decorative means, and you can do the same. Now, there are some varieties now that are probably more heat tolerant. Now, they don't like frost, and they don't probably really like super hot conditions either. So you need to have them where they're getting about 5 or 6 good hours of sun a day. You want to make sure that you improve the soil. If there's any chance of real water problems, too much water, plant them on a little bit of a mound, or improve the soil with some perlite, vermiculite, something to lighten that soil up so you'll get better results. Also, you might want to use a good water soluble about every 2 to 3 weeks. I would probably mulch them, but not too heavy up against the base of the plant. So if I used an organic mulch, I'd use something light. Dianthus comes in pink, which they sometimes call them pinks. Sometimes you've had carnation stuck on them as well, but you can see they're kind of in that little frilly little flower that I think it looks like someone's taken a flower and taken their cutters and just kind of made little indentations with their scissors all the way around the flower. The leaves are little tiny little strap-like looking leaves, and I would say we mentioned 6 hours of sun a day. Make sure they get a good deal of water, and I'd fertilize them on a pretty regular basis. You might come in as the flower gets old and just deadhead a flower off. Cut off the old dead flowers, and you'll get more flowers by taking off some of the older flowers. It's called deadheading, and for people who do, they always seem to get more flowers than the folks who don't. Dianthus is a real pretty, sometimes called pink, sometimes called carnation. Let's call them beautiful. You might have them in your landscape, could use them in a backyard garden, could have them in a container as your specimen. You could have them in the front of a landscape. Let's say you've got a townhouse or condominium. You want something that's small, but still giving you some real bright color for the lawn or landscape area. Dianthus, one that I think you ought to have in your landscape. And once again, we want to thank all of you for telling your aunts and uncles, your garden clubs, the city, all the groups that you come across, they ought to have this and have this show in their repertoire. Once again, thanks for watching.